And we're here.
Yep.
But I'm gonna reset my Wi-Fi, I think.
Okay.
That is grainy.
Is this your new laptop?
Just got delivered.
Wow.
20 minutes ago.
Wow.
Shut up.
That happened.
I was here. Enjoy the show.
Yeah. All right. Is that like your bootleg videotape setup?
Actually, yeah, it converts. There's a converter over there too.
That's what I figured. Mm-hmm. My mom, when I was a kid, we would just buy one, and then we had a TV, and then we had multiple VCRs, and we would just record them on other tapes, and then like we just give them out to people, or I think we maybe sold.
I think everything's live.
Oh, it's live?
Exactly. Yeah, it's live.
No. Very scary.
Okay. I think we're good. All right. Weird vignette that's going on right now, but I think that's fine.
It is. Yeah. So they could see us.
So I guess today is the.
Hi.
I've known you for almost a decade, since Clown House.
What's Clown House?
Wasn't Clown House like 2017? Remember downtown?
No.
Do you remember comedy pre-pandemic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
But it
was the Clown Museum thing over off of Pico. I remember I've taken like boomerangs of you on the stage.
Yes. It was Clown House?
Clown House. It was filled with clown memorabilia.
That sounds terrifying. Brendan, I would remember this.
Then maybe you blocked it from your memory.
I would remember this. Clown House.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just go show up at random open mics. So maybe I just didn't pay attention. That is also in the realm possibility.
Okay. Well, I think I'm 17.
Probably.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't think I was doing stand-up then.
Well, this is a great beginning to the show.
Was I doing stand-up?
I swear.
No. Maybe.
Because I was hosting up until the pandemic. I was in Clown House the day everything shut down. So you must have done between 2017 to 2020.
That's probable. So somewhere in there.
All right. Because we've done mics. And I had you on one of my Friends and Funny shows. And then you've done Outside Jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm trying to think of what else have you done. I mean, you've done all the mics.
Did all the mics. I did some for different nonprofits.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of just shows that were set up by me and my friends. We were able to raise a few $1,000s over the pandemic, actually, for a bunch of different nonprofits.
Better not have been Zoom comedy.
It wasn't on, it was like a stage. And we were outside, so we would socially distance the chairs.
Yeah, that was the time.
And then we would also stream it on Zoom or have it on like Zoom Live.
Yeah, I remember the duo shows or whatever.
Oh, I did one of those Zoom shows too for I think it was for Flappers. I did it on Zoom thinking I'm never no. Because it was awkward because it's just like, did someone laugh? Or am I just monologuing for 5 minutes with no reaction?
Oh yeah.
And you just had to hope it was funny. Someone did message me and was like, that was really funny. And I was like, great.
I guess so. It never felt good.
It felt really bad. That was when I decided. I was like, oh no. I can't do that.
It's kind of like doing shows on Zoom is like doing therapy on Zoom.
Yeah.
Except like, your therapist doesn't laugh and neither does the audience on a Zoom show. It's like both don't give you the feedback that you so crave when you make a funny bit.
Yeah.
Because yeah, people will type in like ha 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 in the chat box, but that doesn't feel good. It's kind of like, okay.
It feels actually really, really bad because also you have to kind of pause to read it, and it's just like, okay, all right, well, let's
I guess that
continue.
there 17 seconds ago. Yeah.
Yeah, you just you got to catch it. It's like, oh, okay,
You have no idea what you're doing.
yeah.
Speaking of which, let's talk the topics you used today. We don't know what we're talking about.
No.
The first one you decided was turkey bacon. Why? What is it about turkey bacon?
I have an immense hatred for turkey bacon. So I love to talk about that.
Where does this come from?
It comes from working. I've worked in a restaurant. Some of them are actually like, farm to table. Like we would literally get things from farmers and, we knew where our food was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the chefs, because people would ask for turkey, he's like, we don't serve that. And it's just like, well, why serve turkey bacon? Like other than, I think it's kind of gross. I don't think it tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's because like a food industry like fallacy, it's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
And he explained that, and I was like, huh. Then he's like, yeah, there's no part of the turkey that is bacon. They do all of this processing to make it kind of look like bacon, and it still doesn't even taste good. Then market it as a healthy food item when it is so processed. It's like, what is healthy about this? And I said, oh. And then I started thinking about it. I was like,
yeah, fuck those people.
Fuck that turkey bacon. So yeah, ever since I'm just like, turkey bacon. What part of the turkey is bacon? Because he said that did something to me.
Right.
I was like, what part of the turkey is bacon? Like what part of the dry bird? I generally don't like turkey as a food.
Okay.
I just think it's kind of
gross.
Yeah, it's always dry. Like even when it's not dry, it's dry. But yeah, and I put that, like, I remember the short time I was on dating apps, like someone put like, what's your controversial opinion? I said turkey bacon is trash. Well, I'll tell you, that was the most polarizing prompt I had on my profile. Like it was the thing that everybody responded to. Everybody, positively, negative. People would argue with me. Like it's just like, wow, this is an interesting start. Like
who knew?
They would argue over it.
Who knew turkey bacon was such a sensitive topic for the American people?
Yes,
especially in our demographic.
And then they were like, "Well, are you getting your bacon nitrate?" Like it doesn't matter because pork has bacon, beef has bacon.
That is beef has bacon.
Yeah, you could get beef bacon. I found this out at my ex-boyfriend's house when I was in college. Like his family made beef bacon.
What the bacon?
It's like it's a cut of the beef. So it's like
beef belly,
kind of basically. So it's kind of like
not just steak,
because like a fatty part. So it looks bacon. I was like, oh, and it tasted like bacon. It was just beef.
Okay, I'll Google it. I'll Google it. That fries my mind. I've never heard of beef bacon. I've heard of pork belly. Yeah. I've heard of regular bacon, turkey bacon, the Impossible thing, bacon, seitan, whatever it is.
Which at least that tastes good.
Yeah, I like that.
That one tastes good. It's like if you're gonna substitute, at least make it
good.
And
the Impossible burgers kind of freak me out.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And they're also doing that like genetically altered meat. Yeah. This shit is nuts.
Beyond Meat smells like spam.
Yeah.
Like when you first open it and cook it, it's like, oh, it smells like spam.
Yeah.
Which I do have a love-hate relationship with spam because it does. Like I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't know, I like it, but yeah.
Appalachian.
Yes. A lot of things that I like.
Yeah, that tracks.
Like, and I'm like, is it, or is it just really fat? I don't know. That is the flavor, I think.
Sure. Okay. So now thinking about how processed turkey bacon is,
Mhm.
and now my newfound understanding that beef bacon exists.
Mhm.
What do you think, like, hatred for turkey bacon is now substantiated because it is a lie perpetuated by corporations
Mhm.
and the government and the
Mhm.
FDA, us things are harmful to our body.
Yeah, or not even harmful. It's just you're marketing it as such a healthy item.
But it's a lie.
A lie. You are lying. Like, what is healthy about this hard piece of
Filled with different,
meat
right?
filled with all these different things? It's like it's a food industry fallacy.
Right.
It's a conspiracy to make you think that things are not or are healthier than its unhealthy counterpart. When I'm just like, I feel like these are the same levels of unhealthy if you're
Sure.
really looking at it.
Sure, but there's all kinds of foodstuffs that we take for granted. Like, for instance, something that's always bothered me, but I've never been like the way cheese is made.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ruin cheese, but like it's mold
Mhm.
and bacteria,
Mhm.
and then it's just left to sit there and it's curdled. And whatever that process, you think about the harmful ways that it's extracted from cows, and you go, but I still like it. Like,
Mhm.
you know? And I think I'll think about what you're saying about turkey bacon, but I'll probably still eat it.
You eat turkey bacon?
Not on purpose.
What do you mean not on purpose? How else are you gonna eat it? Did
If
you buy
it's
it?
if it's available.
Available like where? Like did someone else like bring it into space and this look, we have turkey bacon.
Yeah.
Who's bringing this?
I have we have chefs at our job, my job.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the office. They
Bring turkey bacon.
they have it as an option.
And you choose it?
Not all the time, but if they run regular bacon, I'll get the turkey bacon.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're running out of the regular bacon before the turkey bacon.
Yeah, because there's less Muslims than.
I think that the Muslims would actually just avoid both.
Muslims eat turkey bacon.
Well, yes, they eat turkey bacon because everybody can eat turkey bacon, but like it's not good.
No, I've established that. But what I'm saying is I will eat it
Mm-hmm.
if there's no other option.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've bought it maybe a handful of times. And it's weird. It looks like tongue. It's uncooked. It just looks like small tongues.
Mm-hmm. And then when you get it, it looks like a ruler.
Yeah.
A cardboard ruler.
Yeah. And it comes out and you're like, what the fuck is I just crunch it. Fine. And then I all about all of this, which is probably the point. Okay.
You know, they could make turkey sausage.
You do.
But like instead of turkey bacon, they could always offer that as the non-pork option.
Sure.
Because at least it's good. You can make any kind of sausage steaks, like I think that is ground meat.
Sure.
Seasoning and just
And
binding.
Sure.
So I think that if turkey bacon is an option for people who don't eat pork, I think it's more considerate to just make an entirely different thing instead of a sub item.
You know, congratulations to the audience who makes it this far into the discussion. I just want to say, if you've made it this far, you need help.
Ever. I could talk about this all day.
No, I honestly think we could, but we've already gotten into minute 16, and I'm actually willing to do one more riff on turkey bacon if you want to bring it to another bit. What is there, okay, because this would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
Who would you pick in your life
Mm-hmm.
to or feed turkey bacon to with the amount of hatred that you have for it? If somebody you just absolutely hate, would you fucking?
I feel like
Is there that? Because you also don't have to answer. If you do have that anger, who would you lash out and shove turkey bacon with your hand? Like, you get to do this. Like, you can mush
See, the only person that I would hate that much, I think, would like turkey bacon because
Maybe
they
not
have,
that much, but like,
but like again, like I think that they're like, they'd be like, turkey bacon. Like they look like they eat turkey bacon. So
I mean, if they can't breathe like that's like the other half of it. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
I'm just like, yeah, they look like they'd enjoy the turkey bacon. So
I mean, they also enjoy torture?
I don't really know. Maybe. I don't know them like that no more.
All right. Well, I didn't mean to open up a wound.
It's not a wound. I'm just like, who do I dislike that much? And it's actually not really
that many people.
It's not really anybody. Like my feelings aren't very strong towards people I don't like. I just don't like them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like I like you, or I'm really genuinely don't care.
Sure.
Like kind of, yeah, like, I don't like you. It's kind of like when friends like fall out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't feel like I've had very dramatic friendship breakups because I think it's just like, oh, I don't think this is working anymore. It's not like a sit down or anything with me. It's just kind of like, because I don't feel like if you don't like someone, I don't feel like at that point you are obligated to tell them that you don't like them. It's none of their business. Not like
no, you just stop talking.
You just stop talking. It's just like
you just take a break.
Yeah, take a break. And if they ever ask, like I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm not gonna give you this information unsolicited because
sure,
why would I assume you care?
Sure,
unless you do care. But even then, I don't. So
okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think like who, because I've stopped hating people. Right, I used to carry my mother used to be big on grudges, and I just don't have that. I've had people like even if I don't, but I don't have anybody. You know, I feel like the only time I'm ever that angry is if I get a parking ticket. Right? The amount of rage when you're like, fuck! Like, I know I blame myself.
Yeah.
But like, if I could take some turkey bakeries and flick it, they don't deserve it. You know what I mean? They're just doing their job. But you don't have to do your job. You know, you could be, you know how many lives are stressing out by giving out. Being a parking enforcement person is such a dick job to have.
It's like the hateriest job that exists because you literally just don't have to.
You don't have to do that, but you're obligated by the city to enforce parking regulation. But at the same time, some people don't have another place to park, or they may be in a hurry, or maybe they're trying to find like going after people's innocent mistake.
That, and it's funny, this was episode NPR episode like 10 years ago about parking tickets and how they might be considered an unusual punishment because a lot of times in certain areas where they're enforcing those tickets the most, the average daily income wouldn't cover the ticket, and that person would also be at work. So it's kind of like their money to live their lives, pay their bills, feed themselves, and then they get this parking ticket. Now the choice comes between being able to eat for that week or paying this parking ticket.
Sure.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's a hater job. It actually feels very pointless. And I think during the pandemic, I learned that because I was like, no one can move their car for street sweeping because we're not going anywhere, and then the street stopped. And I understand there was a level of really outside, so it wasn't getting. No, people actually were very outside. I was like literally. I was walking around.
I was really outside.
Yeah, like really outside. But like I saw how dirty the streets. I don't want to say weren't because some areas are dirty, but
sure,
they always looked that way. And then the street sweeping stopped, and it didn't look worse.
Yeah, it just kind of stayed the same.
It stayed the same, and it started to really make me wonder. I'm just like, do we have to do this once a week? Which I don't think we do anymore. We do it every other week in LA. people don't realize that part. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, so if you get a ticket on the day where they didn't sweep, because they still will ticket you sometimes on the days they don't sweep,
Yep.
you don't have to pay it. I mean, you have to
You have to go to
do
court for that.
stuff for it, but
Right.
you don't have to pay that. But also taking it to court, who has time for that?
No, but
I feel like that is of so many people's time going to court for tickets.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the officer doesn't show up, and the whole thing was fucking pointless in the first place.
Yes. Did you see the lady? Sorry, I'm completely off topic.
That's fine. We'll go
But
back.
she got the ticket from the phone in the right hand, but she didn't have a right hand.
Right.
Yeah. Hand the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But it's just like that. It's just like, why are we wasting everybody's time?
Because but the thing is, it's like, okay, fuck, we're gonna go into like the illusion of quotas.
Yeah.
And then I can go across a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the government create that dynamic of stress. It's all fucking coordinated at this point. Like, I cannot unsee the amount of like emotional and physical manipulation that whatever entities are above us are doing is like pressure points in order to like stir social unease. And it's kind of horrifying that it's so like basic as, let's ramp up quotas for parking tickets. Let's see if we can get people that upset about that. And like, let's lift gas prices up here just to extract as much money as possible, even though I would know that would cause an undue amount of stress on people. Segueing into undue and unnecessary stress, let's talk about being the single friend.
Okay. So I was the single friend for a very long time in my friend group. I'm not from LA, so other parts of the country will do normal things, like get in relationships and eventually get married. And
what part of the country are you from?
I'm from Texas. I live in Atlanta, and pretty much I've just been here for the last like almost years. But I think I actually had a boyfriend when I moved to LA. And then we broke up about a year and a half.
That's usually the duration.
Like maybe almost 2 years later, we broke up. And it was very weird to me, but it was funny because one of my friends said, "I don't even think you're that sad." And she was right. I wasn't sad for the life change, because it was a major life change, and relatively unexpected. But I think what I had known for a while with myself is I think I was done with the relationship
before.
I think there was already subconsciously away from the relationship slowly, but also nothing felt wrong or bad. Anything, I feel like our communication during the time I moved away, like, and the time before the time we broke up, I think our communication was actually great. In just like the way that we talked to each other, talked about things, got things done. And yeah, like, it was a little bit of it was weird because it felt like I lost a really good friend.
Sure, that's what usually happens.
A really good friend. Also, it was kind of like, I hate your guts. It was also at the same time. So very interesting, way to kind of, I don't want to say start my LA journey off, but also I was less than 2 years in. So I kind of went through a lot of growth during that time. And I dated. I would date a bunch of different people. Not very great. When I look back at it.
There's a need.
Yeah, and it was just like, wow, this is bad.
Okay, let's there's two things. Okay, first one, I think it's typical for couples to break up when they move to LA. I think that's
You didn't move, I moved. Yeah, okay. I left.
Okay. Well, I think it is when you come to LA, you see all the beautiful people around you and you're like, I want to try one of those, right? And then you just go, I don't know what it's like to be with somebody else because you've been in this relationship or other world,
Mm-hmm.
and then you come to La La Land
Mm-hmm.
and it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody really easy to connect with when you first move out here. And everybody, I don't know for your experience, but like, okay, well, in mine, it was like you get into different friend groups and you find all these different places and you meet somebody there and you're like, oh, this person's excited to chill with them, and I'll go over here and I'll meet somebody over here, and then you have to go back home to your ball and chain or your band you can't stand or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at them and you go, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also different because you don't break up immediately. It is a slow descent of madness sometimes. Like you said before, like you hate this person's guts, right? Why is that? Even if they're not doing anything, you.
I think I realized how much I outgrew them.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that trying to find a delicate way to say this. I kind of realized that like I kind of put up with a lot of things that I really didn't have to. And it had nothing to do with any of the people I was meeting. Because for me, moving to LA, I kind of felt very isolating and like, yeah, you go out and meet people, but I also kind of understand that I'm a little bit of a strange bird. So, when people talk about like, yeah, all these connections when you go out, I don't do those things.
No.
I don't. I'm good in groups and crowds, but do I genuinely feel connected most times? No. But I think energy into myself.
Sure.
And then I grew exponentially in that time. And it didn't feel like he did.
We won't. We don't.
Yeah. It didn't feel like there was much growth.
It takes a breakup and being alone for a man to grow, I think.
Yeah.
The self-development can't happen within maybe it can. It's all fucking individual circumstances. But every relationship I've grown after the fact.
Yeah.
And then I meet somebody new, I'm on a level, and then probably outgrow me during that, and then we break up, and then I have to go and come back up again to like meet somebody new again,
Yeah.
And I'm kind of in that mode right now where I had a breakup a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have a date on Sunday.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
It's very fast.
Very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's healing, right?
I know. I was gonna say, are you sure you don't want to be the single friend? Because there's a lot of that. There's a lot happen. Like that.
So let me break it down.
Okay.
So dated this girl from last March. Then we started really we were really close for a couple months, and then by June it kind of started falling apart. We kept going, and then in February on Valentine's Day we got in a big old fight, and then we stopped talking.
Okay.
And then so we reconnected a couple weeks ago, hung out maybe for a couple days, things like that, and then we had a big tiff, and now we're kind of like in this weird, it's not working thing. But this new girl is, she shot her shot at me, and I said okay, and I've been stressing out about it.
Okay.
I've stressed myself out because I feel terrible about breaking up, and I've been trying to heal from it. I'm doing my garden. I did my show. I've been escaping into all my projects and my work.
Yeah.
And working on that. I'm going to the gym with that guy, and I'm going swimming. I'm doing all this like professional kind of development within myself. And then 2 days ago, it was like a little like, and then a little DM. And then I was like, oh, let me text you. And then we've been texting and then saying good night.
Okay.
And oh, how's your day going? It's like slowly like, and then we're having lunch tomorrow, and it seems very genuine and sweet. So I'm starting there.
Okay.
And I'm going in it with like no intentions. let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so I feel like I worked on myself to be able to deserve that.
Yeah, and I think the way that you get better at dating is to literally just do it. It also sounds like you and the other girl broke up in February, and y'all just been broken up this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wouldn't feel bad about going on a date just because you saw a girl like a few weeks ago. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Y'all are both single.
Yeah.
So,
and like just figuring out whether or not that's going to lead to anything else, I got to be careful. You know, yeah, because it was the last go around was just a lot of bickering, and I don't like bickering. I don't have time for bickering. You know,
why were y'all bickering just over everything?
I get annoyed with. Are you a for instance, we want to go hang out. I offer a spot to go hang out. She'll go be like, well, what about this spot? Is that in the area that we were deciding to hang out or something? Like, it's for me, it's like a logistics thing. And I just don't fully connect on like making a plan.
Okay.
You know, and that's like super important being in a relationship is like, how do you organize your time together? You know, like, hey, you want to go do this? Sure. Great. Who has to think about what that process is? Somebody has to figure out the logistics of where you're going. Are you, the show's at 7, right? You have to get ready for the show. So what time are you going to start getting ready? Right? Are you doing something else beforehand? Right? Like, it's just like thinking of the steps of getting to the thing.
Okay.
And if I'm the only one thinking of those steps, because I've let stuff happen where it's just like, okay, we'll start getting ready at 6:30. And then we miss the show.
Okay.
And I've watched that happen in real time and was upset because I paid for the show. You know, and it's like, oh, we get there an hour and a half late, the things that I wanted to see because we were on your schedule.
Did you ever suggest maybe getting ready earlier? Or
this was before beginnings of the bickerings.
Okay.
Right? Because I would suggest it like maybe 5:00, you know, be like, hey, I know it takes you like an hour to get ready. You know, like, let's say if we start now, that way we can get in the car. It takes 45 minutes to get there. Then we can get early so we can get there, you know, we can get parking and not have a long time to get into the building, and then we can get good seats, right? Like that process, but then being sabotaged within that process of being like by 5:45, they're still not getting ready, and I'm like, oh, so it's
were
just
y'all like living together?
No,
Okay, today y'all would just be together a lot,
right? And then I'd be like, well, she has some of her stuff here, and I was like, okay, so it's like 4:30. I'm gonna maybe shower. Let's see if we want to get ready, right? So I would do that, and then she'd just be on her phone. And I was like, oh, okay. So even with the encouragement, it doesn't work. So let's just see if you want to go do something. What is your time schedule for getting ready to go? And it's like their brain turned off and was like just allowing me to think. I don't know. Just to me, I got annoyed just to do stuff with them.
Sounds like y'all just had major communication issues because I feel like there was, I don't want to say a way around that, but a way through it. And
I thought so too, in terms of strategies. Again, I've done CB.
But you're approaching this like a strategy. Like, you talk so much about like logistics, and yes, there are, I guess, logistics when going out, but I think, again, her time getting ready is her time getting ready. Your time getting ready is your time getting ready. That could just look or feel different.
Sure.
But I think it just has to be a very clear, like, hey, this is what time we have to go. And I don't think there has to be an explanation of, because we got to do this, we got to do this.
Even just saying that would be an issue. Don't rush me. I'm not. I'm just saying we got to get ready to go. There was just this immediate combativeness to even like asking, what would you like to do? And you know what? I even think about it now. I think they were even thinking about exiting the relationship ahead of time too.
That's kind of what it sounds like. It just sounds like they weren't interested in doing the thing that y'all were going to do.
But even if I offered, like, what do you want to do? She was just like, well, just pick something. Okay, so I picked something, and then they want to change it. It was just like constantly shooting in the foot. And I was like, why are we even together? It would get to that point of like, why am I begging this person to hang out if they're not even considerate about what that even entails? That's what I felt like it was.
Was there ever a time where it wasn't like that?
Like the first month.
The first month. And then after you started noticing that they might not have been in it, or that
I think it was by June when it started falling apart. And then it would be like an argument every 2 weeks after that. And I was like, oh, so this is just not healthy. And I would express that, and I would try to figure out different, because I've done therapy. I was married before. I had to do fucking marriage counseling, and I know the steps of like negotiating and wanting to listen, and but I'm sorry, this is turned in from your time to my time, and I missed that part so quickly.
It's okay. I'm just listening.
I'm so sorry. I got lost. I've been actually sitting on this for a long time. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you have not really talked about this.
No, I haven't. I haven't.
That's really what this sounds like, right?
Yeah, I know. I have not processed this. This is nice. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't really have much to process. So
no, you seem to have your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in a good place.
I'm in a really good place.
That's good.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like you are, so you can continue.
I thought I was in a good place before.
I don't want to say it sounds like you're in a bad place, but I think it sounds like you have a lot of unresolved things. Because I think my question in all of this is why stay in a relationship that long where it doesn't really even seem like you like each other. Because you're talking about, all the things that she would do and all the effort that you would take, like logistically. And I think you were kind of talking about the relationship like a bit of a transaction. A bit of a, I see the bickering coming from kind of it just being tit for tat. It was like, well, she won't pick anything, so I'll pick something, but she's not gonna like to think I pick. And it kind of was like the expectation kind of was just leading towards y'all didn't like each other, but I don't think either of you wanted to say the thing yet. And why is it? It sounded like you already kind of had expectations that she wasn't going to like what you suggested, or she was going to be late. And so you were preparing for those steps. And I think what happens, because I can be rebellious like this, because it's kind of like if someone harps on me to do something a certain way, I'll just, even if I was going to do it that way, it's like the fact that you're telling me to do it, I don't want to do it no more.
Exactly.
Like I can be like that. And I recognize that about myself, because sometimes someone will be like, yeah, can you do it? Like, I'm like, it's already doing it. Now I'm going to do it much more slowly.
Yeah. I would avoid that too.
It sounds like, again, you're doing a lot of maneuvering here. And I think that comes with a certain level of energy, and she probably felt that energy.
Sure.
Because when I feel funny energy, I've gotten very good at checking myself when I feel those energies. But I know when I feel a certain energy, I'm kind of out, and it's just kind of like, all right, well, I don't care either. Like, so.
Right, because because it's impossible for me to fake that vibe. Like, even if I'm smiling and in a good mood, if I'm tense, like, she'll get that.
And she felt that. And it was probably even in the way you spoke to her at times. It's kind of like, why would you think you're rushing her? And there's the words that we say as communication, but there's also body language, there's tone, there's cadence. There's so many other things behind our words. So again, she probably felt a lot of energy from you, even if even if it wasn't your intention to give off that energy. It existed.
Yeah, exactly.
So it existed there. So and I'm not making this a right or wrong, but it just sounds like there were a lot of communication issues very early on, and probably a lot of incompatibility early on.
Yeah.
And this unwillingness to let go. And I think when it comes to relationships, people have a hard time letting go at the first sign of trouble. Like me, I don't necessarily let go at the first sign of trouble, but I note it. And it's not to say that I won't let go. But sometimes I do things for the plot too, or I would do things for the plot. So I just kind of would want to see.
Exactly. Yeah,
Um,
no, that's what I did for the whole time. Yeah.
yeah, but it sounded like you wanted it to work too.
Yeah.
I will do things just to see, fully knowing that I don't really care if it works. It
Mm.
sounded like you wanted it to work, and but I don't think that it was a situation that could work because I think no one was saying their truth in a productive way. Like I don't think either of you were probably communicating with each other in a way that could actually move the relationship forward. That's
Sure.
just again, that's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And it's gonna like I get like therapy, and I think therapy is a good thing, but something that I don't know, I just kind of notice sometimes is like people lean so much on therapy, but like once you're out of therapy or once that session's over, it's kind of like your responsibility in your actual real life to get active with the things that you're saying you're working on, not saying, well, I'm in therapy. It's just like, okay, that's nice.
That doesn't mean
Everybody's in
anything.
therapy.
Right.
Everyone's in therapy at this point.
Everybody's working
And
on themselves.
everybody's working on themselves. And I've met some people that have worked on themselves, and I think they should have stopped. I think that they were probably a little better before because now they have a new language
The
that
weaponizing of therapy language.
and I'm just like, I don't think that's that what that meant sometimes. But again, I'll let you live.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a level of like everybody's working on themselves, but again, relationships are like I forget her name, but it was I think a relationship therapist who said this. She said like intimacy requires participation.
Right.
Like, and I think we are always trying to check a box or get people to do the things that we want, and that's not how relationships work. That's not how people work. Um, so I think it's kind of like, yeah, you wanted her to do these things. You wanted her to get ready at a certain time. Maybe that's just not the what she wanted to. Not even maybe that's not what she wanted to do. And maybe there was a way she wanted to do it that she wasn't necessarily saying to you, but when you would come, I don't want to say come at her, but like when you would be like, well, like give these suggestions, it's just like, dude, stop talking to me. Like after a certain point. The point was just like, I'm not moving because I was about to go move, and now dude's in my face again.
So check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
So we were hanging out
Mm-hmm.
all day,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like we had some plan for the evening,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we did everything that they wanted to do,
Okay.
and I was in my mind was like, okay, so we do everything you want to do, and then at night we can go do what I want to do,
Okay.
right? And that was the plan.
Yeah.
We'll go to the beach, we'll go eat, we'll
Mm-hmm.
walk around, see pretty things, head home. Got home,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I want to go out, I want to see this thing, grab a drink, go dance, come back home. That's all I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do. We got home, settled in, showered, blah blah blah, and I was like, hey, it's about 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30, and I was like, good time to get there. It'll probably be like 9:30, right? It's only downtown. It's literally 10 minutes on the freeway. So like 9:30, I was like, hey, or I was like 7:30. I was like, let's think about maybe getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, okay. Laid around 8:30, still hasn't moved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you feel like going? Oh yeah, yeah, I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9 o'clock rolls around. So we getting ready to go? No, I don't feel like going. Okay. And I just sat and stewed on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I let it go because she was tired. We had a long day and rested, and it was fine. And I felt like, sure, I can be disappointed in not doing something. And
Mm-hmm.
that's okay because we're in a relationship. And sometimes the energy, I want to spend time and go do something and share that experience with someone. And, we can do a plan that requires everything that you need to do. But then it just didn't feel like the effort was shared for me to
Yeah.
like rally to go do the things that I wanted to do. And it just was, it is that most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
I say, where it's like, I would be very, sure, it takes a long time, sure. And then I would just be continually disappointed and I got resentful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. I'm
Okay.
sorry. And yeah, it just felt very one sided, and then the bickering would be like, all right, well now we're taking forever to get there. Then I would just start doing the cynical shit.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, all right, you're taking forever. Let's go. I just being a dick, and then it stopped being fun.
Yeah, no, this sounds very fun.
No.
I think what could have saved a lot of this was exiting the relationship much sooner.
Sooner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of, again, even addressing in ourselves why we don't want to leave and why do we want things to work when they're clearly not working for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, it just sounds like y'all were on two different wavelengths. And I'm not going to say which one was right or wrong because the truth is neither was right or wrong. They just were. And y'all weren't a match.
No.
And it doesn't seem like there was a true want probably from either side to make this a match because again we grow in like when you're in a relationship again you participate
Mm-hmm.
and that is how you grow into each other kind of um because like I've been in a long-term relationship for a while now and it's funny because I think something about both of our personalities is just like what happens when you put two people who are always right together.
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
and I will say despite that characteristic about both of us, um, something I really appreciate is mutual respect and care that we have for one another.
Mm.
At all times, like I can say, might be my easiest relationship, and
Cool.
it's not to say that um, there aren't like times where we disagree or it's just like maybe now you get on my nerves like that still exists in every relationship, every
Mm-hmm.
friendship, whatever. But it hasn't been hard because I think we see each other as a team. Like he's my teammate, he's my friend, and because of that, we have a level of respect for each other. Like I think in love, there has to be a lot of respect for the person that you are with.
Mm.
So
Yeah, the disrespect is out of control.
yeah, and it's kind of like if you're willing to just respect each other, like I don't think it matters how you feel about them. Like if I'm willing to disrespect you, even if like I say I love you, like it doesn't mean that we
And
should be together.
exactly.
And I think there really comes a point. And my mom used to say this to me all the time. Like when I was a teenager, she's like, "The way you love as you get older will change."
Mm.
And I really don't believe love is enough. And I think we've been fed this idea like societally that all you need is love, and I think you need so much more than that, but we're
Mm.
not necessarily taught what those other things are, so we all
Sure.
just figure it out. um, but I think that there needed to be a little bit more respect
Mm.
there for your relationship, and if there wasn't, again, exiting is always an option
Right.
at any time.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I think I definitely did not respect the way she moved
Mm-hmm.
and how she operated in certain places. And it was because I could not trust her to make a decision that I would agree with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can make your own decisions, sure, but because those decisions affect me and then I feel unbalanced, how can I really trust that you're in what you're doing?
That, and I think there was again an effort on you to control the outcomes of things
Sure.
instead of just letting them happen. It's just kind of like, okay, maybe if I suggest this, maybe if I do
That's so
that,
much effort.
and that's so much effort, but also it's a level of wanting to control things, and I can say that as someone who likes their control.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's just kind of like, okay, how can I get the outcome that I want?
Sure.
How can I help this along?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of, again, that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of work. And people aren't meant to be controlled.
Sure.
Like, if they're not doing it on their own, there's nothing you can do to make them stop. Like, if, like, it's kind of like when people are like, oh, you're gonna let your boyfriend, I don't know, let me think of something, like, go to this party and you're not gonna go with them. And there's this level of understanding that I have and that I think a lot of people get. Is just like, if they're gonna do something, there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Sure.
I can't hover and make all these things not happen. Because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Whether I control every detail. If someone else wants to or doesn't want to do something, there is nothing I can do about it. And am I okay with that outcome? And or is it something that is a deal breaker for me? And when I realize I'm in that situation where it's a deal breaker,
Mm.
that is my responsibility to control my own actions and do what is best for me in that moment, or not even what's best for me, what I want
Sure.
in that moment. Because
Mhm.
sometimes what you want isn't best for you. But again, you can't control other people. You can only control yourself.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that is very freeing, only having to worry about you and your own actions, because again, you cannot control the actions of another person.
Sure. Okay. So then, in your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
um, things just work out. I mean, in terms of, let me put you in a scenario.
Okay.
You and your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you guys go to shows,
Mm-hmm.
and does he buy tickets or you buy tickets?
He usually buys tickets, but like, it depends, because if I see the show and I see it's gonna sell out, I'm gonna buy tickets. I'll
Great.
be like, I
Okay.
got tickets. Okay.
Okay. So you want to go to a show.
Mhm.
He bought tickets. He told you a couple weeks in advance. You know that you're going. Do you guys have like a calendar thing going, or is it just kind of like, oh yeah, it's today?
A little bit of both. I made us a mutual calendar just because
See.
we're both so busy that it's just kind of like, look, it's on. Look, I put a thing on the calendar.
Yes.
So
That's cute.
yeah.
And that's effort and something that shows that you're committed to doing stuff with each other.
Mhm.
Right? Um, Great. Now, day of the show, you guys know that you're going. You guys live together?
No,
Okay. Relatively close?
relatively, yeah.
Okay, so he would pick you up.
Mhm.
Great. And so you would be ready at the time that he said you would pick you up, right? Great. So you get in the car and you go to the show. Now, sometimes you do your makeup in the car.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
You hear what I'm listing out, right?
Mhm.
Now, when you get and you park and everything, um, do you ever help pay for parking?
Mm.
No, because he's got it, right?
Yeah.
He's got it. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got it usually,
Yeah.
right? Even if you bought the tickets
Yeah.
or if he bought the tickets,
Uh-huh.
he's fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, if there's any confusion about, what if they only take cash
Mhm.
and you don't have cash, or he
Mhm.
doesn't have cash,
Mhm.
but you have cash? Would you
Mhm.
give him cash if he?
Yes, because
Great.
cash is a whole outlier.
Great.
It's like, if
Great.
somebody has cash, it's like, who got cash?
Yeah, exactly. Great.
Uh-huh.
Now, these are each step of the way, right? You
Okay.
get it. You get in there. You parked everything. you don't wait in the car while he's already out of it. Do you guys get out of the car at the same time?
Depends.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe you have to find some stuff in your purse, whatever. You
Yeah.
get out of the car, great.
It depends, yeah.
Right. Now you get in, you walk into the venue.
Mm-hmm.
Assigned seating, great.
Mm-hmm.
No assigned seating, free market. You guys know exact. You guys just move together to a spot where you both can see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Every single step is a fucking issue.
Mm-hmm. If every single step was an issue, we would have to have a talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. And
Like-
even if I brought up valid concerns, right? It's just so frustrating.
I know.
Because I thought, doing therapy, I'm not weaponizing the language. I am actually trying to understand the perspective, right?
It doesn't sound like y'all should have been together. It doesn't sound like y'all were on the same timeline. Y'all were on the same frequency. Like, it just doesn't sound like y'all were compatible with each other. Me and my boyfriend, we're like almost the same person, low-key.
That's pretty sick.
It's like, but like, not on purpose, because again, I could be a very difficult person to be with. I can be a difficult person to be friends with. I'm easy to work with. I'm actually a very easy person to work with.
Sure.
Because I'm professional.
Mm-hmm.
But we're very similar people. People are always like, "Oh, opposites attract. Opposites attract." It's funny. One of my high school teachers, Miss Martin, she used to say, "Yeah, opposites attract, but they don't stay together."
Yeah.
And she would talk about her and her ex-husband who lived across the street with her from her after they divorced, and they were still really good friends. But she was just like, we were terrible together. And she was friends with his wife and everything. She was like, opposites attract, but they don't always end up sticking together, because sometimes those opposites, they're opposites for a reason.
Sure.
And so, I mean, we're not the same person, but we have a lot of very similar traits and similar values and similar just ways of being. So again, there's like a lot of respect there.
Sure.
So even if there was an issue at a step, because of who both of us are, neither of us would shy away from saying the thing, even if the thing is not nice, even if I don't say it nice. It's like neither of us are gonna shy away from saying the uncomfortable thing. But that's just very much a personality trait of the both of us.
That's very nice. To not shy away from uncomfortable truths is a skill.
Yeah, but I think it's just also just a part of a way of being, and it's not. I think we have to stop sometimes seeing the truth as a malicious act, because I don't think that's what the truth is meant to be. Can the truth be malicious? Absolutely. But it's kind of like if your best friend's son had a concert, like, and got a solo and he's singing and he is god awful. And then he comes up to you after the show and he's just like, "Oh, how was it?" You're not going to sit there and say, "That was terrible." Even if it was legitimately terrible. You can find something that is the truth to say. Because I don't think you should lie either. You could say, "It was great to see you do your thing." Like,
I love that for you.
I'm proud of you
for
getting up there. That could be really scary. But
it was for us.
And that's also the truth too.
Yeah.
But again, like, there are malicious truths out there, and there's a time and place. But I think it's trusting that the truth is given with good intent.
Sure.
And creating those spaces around yourself. Like, I don't believe that people are telling me the truth to be mean to me. Whereas I think sometimes that is kind of how the truth sometimes gets framed.
Sure.
And people love to say, "Well, I was just being honest." And it's just like, did you have to be honest like that? Because that was cruel. That was mean. That causes harm. And again, big part of me is not doing harm to others. Like, again, I can be very mean, but most of my mean is retaliatory. Like in a friend group, in my friend group, I am the mean friend. Like, you know how everybody has that mean friend? I'm the mean friend. But But it's not because I did anything malicious or I went out of my way to be mean.
You just put the mirror up.
I'll put the mirror up. Or if someone is doing something crazy or passive aggressive, they meet my aggressive. I'm not afraid of that. Like, I don't particularly like it.
Right.
But, you know, it's like, you're not going to treat, like, I'm very big on, you're not going to treat my friend crazy. And I'm very big on, oh, this is a waste of my time and energy, knowing this strange person who's come. So I'm going to stay over here and just look at you.
Sure.
Like, I can be the mean friend, but I'm not the malicious friend. I'm the retaliatory friend.
I get it.
Or I'm the honest truth friend, but in a way that is actually meant with love, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Like, if you want the truth, I'll give you the truth. I'm not gonna throw the truth at you unnecessarily. But again, there's no malicious intent in my truth. And I think the same goes with my partner, because at the end of the day, we respect each other. So I say that to say, your next relationship should be one built on a mutual respect for one another. And I think if you see that is lacking in some sort of way, it is your responsibility to remove yourself from that situation. Same as it would be her responsibility to remove herself from that situation.
Yep.
Like, it's, you know, it's on ourselves. And I think we all have to just really very much take responsibility for ourselves in all of our relationships. And I think a big part of why I know and understand that is I went through a lot of growth. I went through a lot of, again, I think everybody should actively date. Instead of just finding like, oh, this is one person that I like and I'm gonna stick with them. Like, it's very easy to fall into that. That very much can or could be me. But then there came a point where it's just like, no, I'm just gonna go on dates. And I would just go on dates. Sometimes they'd be good, sometimes they'd be bad. There's a lot of first dates, usually not a lot of second dates.
Now, explain to me this. Because dating for women is a reception, right? You go out with a man, you don't do anything differently. You kind of receive whatever they're putting out, right? So dating for a man is having to put on a show in the same way where it's like for instance, tomorrow, I'm going to have to put on my best face, right? Because I'm not concerned about everything that's happened, right? And I just want to get to know someone over lunch, right? No bigger stakes, no other agenda. I just want to know what this person is like over lunch. And it's like, is that okay? Yeah. It's just gonna go hang out. Yeah. All right. I'm just talking myself into it too, because it's like I'm not gonna cancel because it's
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. I know. I know.
It's tomorrow.
Even
it's like you can't cancel anymore.
Right.
So it'd be bad.
Right. But if I did the date and I was just like, wait, I'm not ready. That would be crazy.
That would be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, so I just have to keep my cool.
Yeah, just go out and meet someone. Like, it's the person. The worst thing that can happen is y'all don't like each other.
Right.
Because that can happen too. Like, that happens, I feel like, more often than not. Like, when I tell you, I went on many a date and I'm like, wow, this man has a personality of a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think not necessarily feeling the need to try so hard. Like, again, like, there should be effort, but it shouldn't be so much effort that you're kind of outside of yourself.
Sure.
Like, just be yourself and somebody will like you. Like, somebody will like it. Somebody. And again, like, I say that as someone who is not everybody likes. Like, I don't even want to say people dislike me, but not everybody likes me. And I know that.
I find that hard to believe.
Nah. And I'm not just, I think I'm a likable person, but I think at the core of it, I think that I'm one of those people you either like or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't like me, you are a little confused over it because you don't have a reason to not like me. It's just there's something like that. But like you can't really say you don't like me because it's just like, well, I don't know that I don't like the drama. Something's off.
Something's there, right?
Something's there. And again, usually when people don't like me, I don't like them either. So there's that part.
Okay.
So
now let's move into our last topic, which I'm kind of excited for. The formerly incarcerated on wellness retreats. Now, you can keep everything about your personal life anonymous, all of your organizations, things that you're attached to, if you want to.
Okay.
I only get like 7 or 8 views on these, so it's not like a big fucking deal. All right. So let's go into it. You take people who have been to prison or are currently in prison and you take them on wellness retreats.
Yeah, or like the organization I'm with, we host wellness retreats for those who are impacted by incarceration. So that could be loved ones, that can be formerly incarcerated people, and we've taken those wellness retreats inside prison as well, and that is continuing to expand to different prisons in California, and that's our goal, to continue to grow and build the capacity to have more of these in a more sustained way more often. But I think it's changing. I think the purpose of it is kind of to change the idea of, for me, the idea of who wellness belongs to. It's just like, who's going to these yoga classes? Who's going to these sound baths? These Reiki sessions, EFT tapping? Who has access to those things? Because those are typically really premium items. Like most people don't have access. And I think it's just creating access to something that can be very healing.
Can I? Is it asking permission, or would you be comfortable with doing bits about this, or would you want to just keep it informative? Because I'm coming up with bits.
Bits, like, what do you mean bits? Give me an example.
No, like I mean, you're not. There's a certain level of like the people, like you're not taking people like violent offenders or like rapists on these wellness retreats, right?
I
You don't know.
know.
You don't know what their charges are.
No, that's not something that when you are a volunteer in prison or with an impacted population, that is not. I'm not asking what you did.
Right. That's not your objective.
That is not my objective. That is not like, and again, like, our wellness retreats are mostly in LA, and we're expanding them. But when it comes to what someone did or didn't do, that's not really my business. If you choose to share that with me, sure. But that is not what I'm concerned about, because at the end of the day, I have a strong belief that people are redeemable, even if I don't like them.
Sure.
And I think a lot of just the way our society is focused on, it's a lot on punishment. It's a lot on like, oh, this person's a piece of shit. I think it's a big part of the reason why so many of us need heaven and hell to exist, because we don't want to share heaven with people we don't like. And I think a lot of people kind of need to unpack that, because it's just like, just because I don't like you doesn't mean you're not gonna make it to heaven.
Right.
Piece of shit.
Right. Just stay out of my corner of heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Glad you made it. Like, yeah. Oh, they let you in here.
No one really checking at the door.
Just let anybody wear anything in here, bitch. Okay.
But
oh, you just had it on that.
Okay. Yeah, but I think that people at our core are redeemable. And I think also there's so many things you can go to prison for.
Sure.
That it's just kind of like, I don't think people realize that it could be any one of us. Again, a lot of things depend on like where we grew up, how we grew up. Did we have any support? like when we are looking at like juvenile offenders, or I guess that's what we call them, juvenile offenders.
Right.
It's kind of like, instead of seeing a kid that needs help, we're seeing them as a troubled teen. And it's just kind of like, when you're a teenager, sure, you can do things, but how much control do you truly have over your life at that point?
Sure.
And it's kind of like you see the support not happening, and then it's just like, oh, they got in trouble, like they were a troubled kid, and it's just like, well, maybe they just needed some support or some help. So again, we go into these places, and we're not there to judge. We're there to provide trauma-informed care and respect, and experiences that have really been taken over. Like in LA, like the wellness industry is booming. It's like probably like $1 trillion industry. I don't know the numbers, but like there's a lot of money in wellness.
Right.
Who's paying for that? Who is receiving that? Like when we think of the concept of self-care, the face of self-care
is white.
Or
Asian. Or Korean.
I think they're white. I think the face in the United States,
right,
in Los Angeles, is white. But like the person who came up with the concept of self-care was black. A black woman.
Yes. Yes. I remember when it started. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like when you think of like Ayurvedic practices.
Yeah.
But you don't see nary an Indian person.
Never.
Or like a brown face. And it's kind of like you have all this Eastern medicine.
You have white adjacent people of color participating in it. And that kind of is like the flair. Because like, let me tell you, when I go to yoga or something like that, I'll be one of the few people of color. And then I'll see another person of color. And then we don't have that connection because they're white adjacent.
You're not white adjacent?
Shut up. I'm black as hell on the inside.
I know.
But still, but you look for the confirmation of being like, are you safe? Are you safe? Yeah.
I get that, yeah.
And sometimes they're not. They want to be white. And you go, oh, okay.
Okay. You're not like me.
You don't think outside of that paradigm. Right. And
why don't the black people like me?
Right. Well, because you do that shit.
You do that shit.
Why do you do that shit? Because you don't share in whatever the perceived oppressive struggle is. And then you don't operate in a way where you look for anchors of people of that understanding. Being like, yeah, we're in this white ass class, but like, I'm going to do it because I know it's good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hanging around these crackers, but that's because we're doing something cool today.
We're doing something cool, and we're doing something restorative and fun, and I deserve to be here too.
Right. And my niggas were busy. So and they think this shit is gay. So I'm over here.
Yeah.
Trying this out.
Working on myself, working on my healing.
Yeah.
But like widely when we see, the face of these things, it's not us. But also we are worthy of these practices, and then at their core, they should be more accessible.
Sure.
And what does that accessibility look like? I guess in my case, inside and outside of prison. So our wellness retreats for impacted people are completely free. So we, cover the cost of everything. So like we'll have, like they're all a little bit different, but we'll have like breath work, kundalini, which is very intense. We'll have sound baths and like body work, and then we end with like a meal, like where we break bread together, and like we talk, we share stories, we ask questions, and we create, I don't want to say safe space because I don't really believe there's any such thing as a safe space, but like we create supported spaces. And I think that that's very important for, again, the people that we serve. And I think if we created more support earlier on or in more places, what could that make our overall society look like? And if we stopped focusing on being punitive and started focusing more on being restorative, like what could justice look like?
You know, that sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
But prisons are plantations.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if you offered yoga to slaves in the 1850s, Mass is still not going to let them out. Like, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
I hate
it
that
does.
so much, actually.
Yeah, it's actually very.
It sucks.
It sucks because I think it's also prisons are reimaginings of plantations because
Mhm.
a lot of things that we are consuming outside were made by people who are incarcerated.
Yep.
They are making pennies,
Mhm.
literal pennies, to make your glasses, to make cups, to make.
Some of it is unreal, like how much actually is made by prisoners. Actually, I
Mhm.
wonder if that would be a good deep dive, but they've probably shot people and killed journalists over this already.
I mean, there's a website.
What's made in prisons?
Mhm. Yeah, like because it's the idea is it's job training in the future. Or at least that's kind
Sure.
of the way it's marketed, I would say.
Sure. That's how I worked when I worked in social services. I was an employment specialist. And all it was just like I'd have to set up these PowerPoints and do these workshops.
Hmm.
And it really didn't mean anything. Because I was like, why am I not calling businesses to set up interviews for folks? And they're like, no, no, just focus on the job training.
Hmm.
Well, am I supposed to get them a job? That's like my thing. He's like, no, no, no. Most of these people don't know how to get jobs. I'm like, wait. So I'm not getting them a job. You're just making me do this training. And they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just focus on the training.
I know what trainings you're talking about as someone who has been on unemployment before
Yeah.
and who's been forced to go. And I was just thinking, I'm like, this is, yeah, and I am someone who knows how to get a job. I have many
Yeah.
jobs at one time,
Sure.
but like but when I'm between jobs, I'd be on unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to them, and I'm like, I feel bad for anyone who's truly genuinely needing help because this shit was
Is a
not
waste of
helpful.
fucking time.
This was a waste of my time. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even on camera because I was like, y'all, this like I did resume writing,
Sure.
and I remember thinking, I'm just like, these examples that they're giving us are really, really bad. If I saw that resume as someone who has hired before,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't look at it further. I wouldn't look at this resume because
Mm-hmm.
it's not a hireable resume. Like the things that they're telling me to put, I'm like, and how they're telling me to put, I'm like, that's not. This is outdated information.
So bizarre. Let's do one more bit.
Okay.
One more bit. Um, what's the funniest? Excuse me. What's the funniest thing that's happened during one of these wellness workshops?
Funniest?
Like, I mean, I know there's probably humor and you guys are having a good time, ha 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 ha. But what's like a genuinely hilarious situation? Like even the definition of a word. Like, ask somebody to do Reiki, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, you know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
that happens actually.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Were you just doing some woo woo shit? Like that's like
I'm trying to think. I'm like, has there been anything funny?
ripping ass during yoga.
That happens during regular yoga class. I actually teach yoga too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just gonna happen. Like there's a lot of gas in yoga.
It's so disgusting.
Like I mean,
Just hot Bikram yoga. That sounds so
oh, I
gross.
don't like hot yoga because I
It's,
start getting mad.
yeah.
I'm like, I am not at the point where I could be in this amount of heat in
No.
yoga
Fuck
because
all.
I get really like mad. And I remember I auditioned to teach at a hot yoga studio once.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember during the audition, because you're in the hot room, I just remember thinking, I hope they don't. I hope they don't want to hire me because I don't want to work here.
I don't want to fucking do
I don't
this.
want to work here. I was just like, I can feel my attitude coming in, and it's not gonna be good. I was like, I can't do this. I cannot teach people in these conditions.
Mm-mm.
But let's see. Funny. So this happened at one of our retreats, but it was more of an internal retreat because
Mm-hmm.
it's a future retreat that we want to offer. So it's just like, let's do it internally first to see the logistics of how this would go before we bring in actual people.
Sure.
So it was camping.
Mm-hmm.
It was tent camping.
Oh fuck.
which honestly wasn't so bad. At first, I was just like, "Oh no, what am I gonna do?" I panicked. I was like, "My hair!" And so I asked my friend. I was like, "Can you braid my hair, please? I either tomorrow or the morning after, very early." And she ended up doing it like 9 o'clock at night. Like, and I was like, but you'll get there. It's beautiful. We couldn't make the gas, the propane grill work because we couldn't attach it right. We were missing a piece and we didn't realize that till later. Like, we left the piece in the trailer. Oops.
Oh, it sucks.
But anyway, so we just cooked over fire the whole time.
That's fun.
That's fine. It was fun. It was fun. So the wood that you buy at the campsite versus the wood that you buy at Vaughn's, much better wood. Also burns much bigger and longer.
Good to know. So you buy it at Vaughn's or buy it at the campsite?
Yeah, like I would buy it. I would buy it at the campsite because while it costs more, it was bigger wood. It lasted longer. It made bigger fire.
Gotcha.
Except for we're in California. I mean, any campsite, and it's in the fire pit,
right?
But like, you kind of have to be careful about how much you put in there, especially when you are tired and ready to go to bed, because you have to sit there and wait for it to go out. Done.
Yeah.
And like, I remember we were just like, well, there's these last two. It was like our last night, so it was like, we gotta burn the wood because we had like a whole bunch for the morning. We're like, well, let's just burn it. And so we put these two big logs, and they burned
hours
beautifully for 2 more hours.
Yeah, dude.
And like we're doing everything, and mind you, we didn't. Again, this was the test run, so we're realizing like what items we don't have, like a fire poker, or tongs, or a shovel. So we're using the marshmallow stick to try to push the wood, and it's just like, and because again, it made this big, beautiful hot fire, and the wood, the way it crackled and burned, it was like, wow. But after a while, it was just like, I'm tired of watching this. So we're trying to figure out ways to put out the fire
and change the channel.
So maybe we're like, let's knock it over with the marshmallow stick. So we're like sticking it knocked over, but still just as big. We're like, what do we? Because you don't want to pour water in it because you're going to use it the next day. But also, we'd have to go get the water from the hose. Well, not the hose, but the spigot thing.
Well, then also it would create an enormous amount of smoke.
That too. So you didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, glad you didn't do that.
Good to know. Right. Glad we didn't do that.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, okay. So we knocked it over. It's like, what else do we do? And then we don't have a shovel to put dirt on it because we knew, okay, let's put dirt on it. So we're like kind of taking the fire poker like this in there and trying to like throw dirt on it. But
oh my god,
it was ashes and it was cold, so we were making it bigger.
Oh
and
my
then
god!
Finally, we started scooping the dirt with our hands from outside, and just throwing it in there, like just throwing handfuls of dirt in there to make it go down just a little to get it just like regular smolder. It took so long because all I wanted to do was go to bed. I had been tired. I was like, I was just just chilling for a little bit in front of this beautiful fire, and then we put that last log on. And then so as a result, because again we were just trying to get rid of all the wood, I woke up real early the next day and I was like, fire immediately, so we could be out of here by checkout. Because oh my god, but it was a beautiful retreat. It was really just us learning how to, making sure we knew how to camp before we brought people to camp.
Sure.
Sure. And I'm glad we did that because
it's like a dress rehearsal.
It was a dress rehearsal for the real thing. So it's just like, we got the logistics. Like, how long does it take to actually pitch a tent? 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes per tent with 2 people.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Or like, and how quickly do we have to do that before it gets dark? And
sure. Yeah. Planning that out.
Because it's like, who wants to pitch a tent in the dark? That sounds awful.
And you have to be with people. Yeah. That will figure that out with you.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to pitch their own tents, and so it's just like we also have to know how to do it, so you can tell everybody how to do it. Everybody got to pitch their own tent. Like you can't pitch all, like let's say we come with 12 people and everybody shares a tent. You can't pitch all 6 tents. Like you can, but that's gonna take a bit when you can all do it at the same time and everybody be done in 10 to 15 minutes. So that was a funny moment. I think that whole weekend was full of funny moments because there was a lot of oh, okay. But it was nice. I had never been camping in a tent before. I went to summer camp as a kid because I got activities. But we slept outside one time in all the times I went to summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I had never pitched or slept in a tent before. So yeah,
that's nice.
have you ever been in a tent?
Yeah,
You have.
that's a whole other podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did grow up in upstate New York.
I did. I
And
practically lived outside. I had my, I set up tents for a whole summer, and we created a whole little fortress out of multiple tents in my backyard.
oh,
And I even dragged an extension cord out and brought a TV and my PlayStation 2, and I
okay.
used to play video games in my tent.
That's fun. Well, actually, I guess I did do that when I was a kid. We had a backyard, and my dad we didn't pitch. I didn't pitch anything.
I mean, we would find shit we would set it up next to like our outdoor playground thing, and then I would find like my parents like threw out a mattress, and I was like, let me use that. So I like set up a whole fucking fort, and I had like wood, and I created like a cabin with the tent, and I had mazes. So I would open up the back of the tent, and I'd put another tent, so I would have like a whole hallway, and I would make like a 3-bedroom apartment.
And you would do this all yourself?
Yes, me and my brother would help too, but like I would be like the main architect of like how this would go.
See, this is not how we did it. We did it before my parents did it,
Mhm.
and then we would just hang out in there until it got to a certain time. Then we go inside.
You go back inside.
Yes.
Oh no, I'd be out there all night, being like, "What are you doing out there?" I'd be like, "Nothing."
No, I would go back inside. So I don't think we ever slept in the tent. I think we just kind of hung out in the tent. Yeah.
It's fun to be. It's like a little cat thing where you're just like in an enclosure.
Yeah.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Yeah. That's Micki Jackson, everybody. I'm Brennan Weeks, and that is the end of the show. Have a good day.
Bye. Okay, cool.
Yeah.